Welcome to Boss Up. Get ready to elevate your game with your dynamic hosts. First up, we have the visionary powerhouse, Dan D. Johnson, who's a failure transformation expert and a financial literacy and business coach with a wealth of knowledge to help you scale and grow. And joining him is the inspiring and charismatic Shada Amour, your corporate expert and life coach, ready to share insights on leveling up your life and relationships. Together, they'll guide you on a journey to unleash your potential and boss up. Now, welcome Shada Amour and Dan D. Johnson.
Hello,
What's going on, bro?
Day 3. That's crazy. It's day 3 of Boss Up Marathon. What's up, Dan? Are you in a restaurant today?
Welcome to Boss Up.
Are you excited?
Get ready to elevate
Like,
your
really,
game
really, are you
with your
really
excited that
dynamic
I
host.
accidentally hit the music again.
I can't hear you. I can't
Can't
feel
hear
your
me?
excitement because I can't hear you.
What?
Can't hear you.
I can hear
You
you.
left me.
Wait a minute. Are we having
Oh,
technical? I'm not. Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you now. I can
All
hear
right.
you now.
Let's.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm about to get my headphones together because, baby, this tech day has been woo. Woo. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was so fire. What did you learn from that? What did you learn from that yesterday?
So what I learned from that yesterday is that I learned 3 things that I'm gonna take away. I'm gonna give you 3 things real quick. The first thing I
Okay.
learned is if you don't have a budget, you you can't run a business. If you don't establish a budget, you'll never be able to establish a business. The second
Okay.
thing that I learned from that is you got to track uh, your results. You got to track your results. And the third thing is don't rob Peter to pay Paul.
Mm.
Now these are now of course these are things that me and you have talked about many times. We discussed, but these are things that's really, really, really important. You know what I mean? They're really, really important. And
Yeah.
so that's why that's important. Now, what about you? What was your biggest takeaway?
Okay. My biggest takeaway was, which I had a meeting last night with my people, is all this like not using your personal account and mixing it with your business accounts. I
Yeah,
knew it. I knew that that's important, but I didn't understand how important. And so I was like, oh, I need to fix that because there's some times where I'm paying for a bill for my business out of my personal account. And so I got to fix that.
yeah,
I
that's
got to
bad.
fix that.
That's bad. You can't do that.
Can't do
You
that.
you can't do that. And so as a result, when you do that, you could get in trouble legally. Um,
Yes,
you could get in trouble from a tax perspective. It's just a lot of bad things that happen. Your business is a separate entity from your person, and so you got to keep
exactly.
things separate. And so that's really um, what's going on there. So we got some stuff that's happening today, though, and we bringing the sun. It's raining out here, but the sun is about to start shining.
The
Why don't you
sun
tell the
is about
people?
to
Why don't you
shine.
tell the people about what the sunshine is getting ready to offer?
So, oh my goodness. One, if you have been following us, we had this amazing guest who just brought the fire, brought the knowledge, brought the energy, and we had to bring her back because the thing she's doing in her business will change your life. It's so many people who have to like they want to get into business, they want to do different things, but they credit just not quite right to make the things connect. Or they don't have the funds or the cash. And that was the thing we talked about yesterday. Cash is king. And this beautiful person is going to help you get the cash Okay. So I'm about to bring this woman who I met at a networking event and who has just been in my life ever since. And we are about to
Way
blow
to
up.
go, Cash Money. We're talking about the beautiful person that's gonna help you get the cash.
Let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. Okay, here we go. Here we go. To the stage, son.
Woo!
Oh my God, you got the ghost. You got the
I hope
you
you
got
guys can hear me.
sunset.
It keeps
You got
breaking
sun.
up. I can't really hear anything. I'm so sorry.
No, no. Wow,
Are
can you
we
hear me now?
both? Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
I can hear him more. I'm not hearing Dan. He's broken up completely.
Yeah, he keeps going out.
Oh,
He's just in and out of our lives, in and out of our lives. You know, sometimes how you got people in your life that's in and out of your life.
They just come and go.
They
Listen.
come and go. That's just where he is going right now. That's where he going. So, what have you been up to? How you gonna help us get that cash? Tell us. Drop the gems.
OMG. So I kept hearing you guys say that cash is king. I don't want you guys to move with that rhetoric. Cash is not king. Credit is supreme because you can
Oh,
have as much cash as you want, but the banks and the lenders still want to know who you are as an individual, and cash does not display character. Okay? Credit displays character. So you can have a
oh,
lot of cash and still don't
okay.
know how to maneuver with it. You still don't pay people back. You still are not responsible with that cash. So credit is a way to show your character before you do. And so if you want to go buy a house and you want cash, they
Oh,
still want to know, well, guess what? Your history, your
what's your
years,
credit?
that yes, your employment history. You could have the cash and everything, but when I tell you that your credit still needs to be in alignment with who you are and how you want to present yourselves to these lenders, then you need to understand that credit is, no matter how much you run from it, you will always run to it when you're living in America. Because whether you want to buy a car, buy a house, whether you want to go get a loan for X, Y, and Z, you need to understand credit. And it's not as difficult as people may make it seem to be. It's really easy once you understand the basics and the semantics of what is credit. Okay, so credit is simple. Keep it simple. Fix
now,
your credit and get access to that capital.
now let me say some stuff because I hear things, and even though you couldn't see me, didn't mean I wasn't present.
Oh,
And so, even though you said I'm going in and out of your lives and things of that nature, I keep my ear close to your heartbeat
oh
to make
God.
certain that I am present when necessary.
Oh
And
God.
then when I
Okay.
Good, I cannot.
Keep it on, Dan. Keep it on.
that is the next piece. So you are right on it. You know, I'm just talking smack. But here's the next piece. You're right on it, Miss Sunshine. And the reason why you're right on it is because when you talk of the issue is, you know, you have some that say cash
Uh-oh, you breaking up
and
again,
we
Dan.
believe that cash is king. I'm not backing up. You can hear me now. Can't you? Say yes. You can hear me, right?
We can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear
Yes.
you now.
All right, good. So check this out. The idea about cash as being king is that it's going to take cash. In order for you to maintain credit worthiness, you're going to need cash to pay your credit,
Mm-hmm.
to pay off your debt. And so both of them really work hand in hand. And the truth of the matter
Mm,
is, Sunset, you're so right. Because if I don't have the cash to pay my credit,
Mm-hmm.
then not only am I not going to be credit worthy, but I'm not going to be credible.
Mm-hmm.
And so
mhm,
what you do, which is so amazing, is you show us how to leverage credit to get more
Mm-hmm.
cash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so talk to us about leveraging that
mhm.
credit to get more
Absolutely.
cash so that we could
Absolutely.
be credit worthy and credible.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I got you. So let's say you have $10,000. There are certain things you can do to be able to access even triple, quadruple times that amount in the credit space. So if I have a customer who has access to capital, and I don't even want to go that high, let's say you just have $500, right? Let me show you a good way to flip it. I would advise you to go get a savings secured loan with a bank you already have a relationship with, specifically credit unions if you can, because credit unions, they work based on the relationship you have with them versus tier one banks like Chase, Truist, PNC. Those are more higher tier banks that already have a lot of capital coming in. So they don't necessarily need you as a customer. They just want you. You want to go where you're needed. And where you're needed is the credit unions. So if you are already have a relationship with a credit union and you only have $500, I would advise you to do a savings secured loan, or what some people may know it as from Navy Federal, a pledge loan, meaning you put up that same amount of money and pledge it to yourself, and they take it out as a loan on your report. Then you do this. The next day, you pay back that loan 90% off, meaning you're going to then pay 400, let's say $450 off of that loan. They actually give you that money back into your savings account to go and use for whatever you need. Guess what is happening right now when you just did that transaction? The bank, which is that credit union, now sees you as a more credible lender. They're willing to give you more access to their other products. Specifically, Navy Federal, if you go and do a pledge loan with them and pledge up your money with them, they will give you access to their credit cards with higher amounts. So now your internal bank rating with Navy will now go up a tier. And some people don't even know that the banks rate you. You have a bank rating depending on how much you utilize that bank, if you have deposits going into that bank, if you have multiple products with that bank. So once you do that with Navy, guess what you can then do? Take that same $450 because you went and paid that 90% off, and go open another savings secured loan with another bank, and so on and so forth with that same $500. And Navy is going to give you $20,000 once you do that. PSECU will give you $20,000 when you do that. DCU will give you $20,000. Now you just turn 500 into $60,000 to go start, scale, or grow any business that you're willing and open to do.
All right, the mic has
Look
been
at
dropped.
this.
Everybody, listen, the mic has been dropped. Everybody, y'all just keep listening to the replay. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Boss Up Marathon. There's nothing else to be said today. Until next time, as always, prosper. That's fire. That's fire. That's
Yep.
fire. Guess what? I'm
Yes.
going to give me a Navy Federal, uh, I'm gonna be a member. I'm gonna give me a pledge loan. I'm
You
gonna give me a
should.
pledge loan.
I'm telling
And
you,
I
you're leaving
and
money
here's
on the table.
and now let me not now watch this, you guys. Remember, I asked her to give me an example of how to leverage credit to get cash. She used a term in the beginning called flip. She said flip 500s. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm going to do. I got a bunch of transactions happening right now. Soon as I'm done, my July transaction, or maybe my August transaction, is going to be based on this principle that she just gave. I like to test this stuff. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 500. I may start off a little bit big. I'm going to take that. I'm not going, and when I do that, I'm going to begin to establish my own bank with Navy Federal, with this money that I'm getting, because now I'm going to use it and I'm going to invest it in real estate.
Hmm.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, as long as I could get this thing done before it annualized, because some of these loans give you the first 6 months interest free and all of those kind
Yep.
of
Yep.
things.
Yep.
When that begins to happen, I'm going to leverage it. And by the time it's time for me to pay anything, I would have already got a return from any investment that I made
There you
and
go.
paid off the credit, and they're going to continue to give me more. So these are
There you
just
go.
some
Yeah.
this just one move of how you take
One
wisdom.
move.
This listen, the Bible says God gives us wisdom to get what? She gave us
Yeah.
wisdom. Now, how do you take that wisdom and make it wealthy? I just gave you a
Yeah.
principle. So that's one. Come on, girl, drop some more before we have to
Well,
go.
well,
Come
that
on.
was already like that was like worth 2 or 3 points right there. We've been asking people
Listen,
for
I
five
need the
points.
people to
That
come to
was
my
two
free
or
master
three
class.
already.
Okay, you guys got to come to my free master class because I teach this for free myself and my partner. Every Wednesday and Sundays, we have a master class where we're teaching people for free
And it
how to
is
do what we're
fire.
talking
It is
about. Yeah.
fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So all
So
those
so
gems, yes, you got to come. You got to get in the room. You got to get close to the fire so you can stay hot.
Yeah.
Boy, Sunset she be on it. She talking about me. You be on it. Now here's what I need you to do. I need you to show them how to get in the rooms.
Okay, you can go
We get in
under.
the room.
Yep,
Yeah,
you can
but
go to my social
no, no,
media, which is Sunset
forget that.
Monet.
We ain't got time for that, girl. Drop that thing in that comment section on this thing,
They
and
gotta
they
be
gonna
able to
see
do
it.
that. Listen, let me tell you something about me. A lot
Let
of
me
people
see.
come to me and they want to get in the rooms, right? They want to get access to me. What I'm very big on is seeing how much you want access to that information. I'm not gonna overextend myself because what happens when I do that is you get a lot of people who are just here for the eyeballs, here for the second. I'm not really big on people who are curious. I'm big on people who are serious. If you can't take a second to go on my page and type on any of my post class, my links are always there. Anything you type on my page, you will get sent that
Mm.
link individually, and I will start building a relationship with you. If you don't want to do that, which takes less than 2 minutes, then I'm not for you because I don't work with people who are just curious about the information. I work with people who are serious,
This
who have
girl
been
dropping
trying to get
gems,
access
y'all.
to this for years
So,
and really just tired of landing on deaf ears.
so,
So this is for the
so,
people that tired of looking. You're gonna go to my page, okay? If you can't do that, then hey, I'm not for you.
so, so, listen, y'all. Y'all know when we do boss up, we don't put it in the comment section, but click the
Dan
button and
is
easy.
just
We
breaking
say no.
up
We're not
so
making it
bad.
easy for y'all. Wait a minute. Let me just turn the Wi-Fi off. That's the problem. I'm on the
Man,
Wi-Fi,
come
y'all,
on, Dan.
and maybe the
You
Wi-Fi
gotta,
not is not fine.
you ain't
Yeah,
getting close
Dan,
to the fire,
we gotta get
Dan.
it together.
You not getting close to the fire.
All right,
I
now.
don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you want right now, but that ain't it. Come on, we gotta fix that.
All right, this should be better then. I turned my Wi-Fi
Okay.
off.
Thank you. You're
All right,
better.
we good. So check this out. Check this out. What we normally do, Miss Sunset Monet, we normally
Mhm.
just tell them we want people to come to you. So we drop your stuff in the link, we flash it on the screen so they can see your link on the screen and all of that. They can click the button right now while we sitting here talking to you. But Miss Monet say, no, we don't want that. I want y'all to come to my page. And
Mhm.
so y'all take y'all tail to any Sunset Monet on her social media platforms, click the button and put in a little bit of effort. Because, and you're exactly right. People want a
Mhm.
return where they don't want to make an investment. They want, they
Yep.
want, they want the they want the benefit, but they don't want to make the sacrifice. And
Yeah.
so I respect that. I think I'm about to start using that myself. I'm gonna say, don't be
Thank you.
curious with me, be serious with me.
Be
Don't,
serious.
yeah, put up the, and so that's what we're gonna do. And so at least what we just did was
Thank
put
you.
connect to Sunset Monet so they can at least spell it right. Because some folk
Thank
may not
you.
know how to spell. We want them to spell it right. All
Right.
right, now, so give us another one. Give us another tip, real
Okay, we need
quick.
another tip. We need another
Oh,
tip.
right. Okay, so let's say you're utilizing, like Dan said, right? A lot of my clients, they're investing into real estate. I had a 22-year-old say he fired his boss and now he hired himself. So let's say you got the 60,000, right? And you want to go invest into real estate. And like Dan said, they gave you 0% APR for let's say 6-9 months. Well, here's another tool that you can use with that. Let's say the 6 to 9 month your project is not done, you still have to finish building the house, or maybe you're not getting the revenue coming back in so you can cover the expenses. Here's what I'll tell you: most lenders, most 90% of lenders will allow you to get another card that has 0% APR for another 12 period, and all you need to do is call and transfer the balance. So I spent $50,000, 0% interest. My year is up. I got 12 months of no interest, and I have not received the money to go and pay this back fully. And I don't want to pay interest still. I can then call, get another 0% APR card. It does not have to be from the same institution. Most of them offer balance transfers, and you pay $0 to do this. Then you go and transfer the amount you had on this card onto this card. Now that's called credit stacking. And with that, You really got to get in the game for that. Cause see, I'm taking y'all to the next level. Stuff that I tell my investors, my realtors, people that are really heavy in the game when they're investing into themselves and have so many projects going on and they're afraid of the interest rates because those interest rates can be crazy. You just move that balance onto another card.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I love that. That's a great tip. And
Listen,
because, what you about to say, Dan?
nothing. I'm saying this girl moving so fast, you can't even type. I ain't never
I
seen
know. I be
somebody go
trying.
so
I'm like,
fast. That's
cut a second. I'm trying to get it in here. She just laying it down. She is laying it
Mo-
down on one, not only how to build your credit. Like I think you started off with that. There's so many people who they're not doing the thing that God has called them to because they don't have the credit, right? So you taught us like the first step in building your credit, and you only need $500. But from what you say,
Not
you
even
might not
that.
even need
Not even that.
not
Some of
even
them
five
you
hundred
can
dollars, right?
start with as low as $250 with some of these savings secured loans and pledge loans. $250 is the lowest I've seen. Hmm.
$250. And then
Yep.
she taught us what do you do then, how you then can use it to invest in a bigger asset, which is
Hmm.
real estate. And I think that's the most important thing about this whole thing. We're not just telling you to get credit to go shopping. Like
Hmm.
that's not what this is about. That's not what it's about to boss up. You're not gonna boss
Hmm.
up if that's what you're trying to do, right? We're trying to drop things that will help you take the next step to build wealth.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about Sunset. Like she just knows the steps to get you there. And you don't have to be waiting around talking about, I don't have the
Mm-mm.
money. I gotta save. I gotta add another job so I can get the money. Like
Mm-mm.
quickly be able to move and be able to build wealth.
Yep, build those relationships. Like I tell people, it's really about building relationships. The same way we build relationships in our everyday life, those banks and
wow.
lenders, they are
Hey,
people you need to be building
girl,
relationships with.
let's go. We
You
rolling.
you have a bank account. You don't,
Well,
do you know your
she's
banker?
strong.
If
She's
you go and
strong.
sit and go talk to the bankers at that you have the bank account with, you'll be more than
This is
surprised to know
this is
that they
so.
want to offer you more products.
Where she? I'm
What'd you
ready
say,
for
Dan?
some
You
more.
breaking up. I can't hear him. Hold on, he breaking up.
Where's our sunset?
Oh, poor Dan. It's poor Dan. I think he said he want just one more tip. What's one more thing? And I think like let's talk to the person who like they're just trying to buy a home. Like they've having a trouble. They haven't been able to get their own place. What advice do you have for them?
Well, if you're trying to buy a home, then we got to look at two things. We got to look at first, we got to know what's on your credit, and we got to make sure your debt to income ratio is not over and under balanced, right? Because when you're
Right.
going to purchase something, they want extensive history. If you are in a contract, let's say you are, I don't want to know if you're a doctor or if you're just in corporate and they gave you a 2-year contract that you signed on, you can utilize that contract as your 2-year history if you don't have 2 years worth of history. So some lenders
Mhm.
are more lenient with that as long as you're in that contract and you got a pay stub, even one or two pay stubs, then you can purchase a home. It just depends on the lender. And I have access to a lot of lenders that are very, very lenient with that because oftentimes people don't have 2 years worth of history, specifically because since COVID, there's a lot of gaps in people's employment history, but don't let that stop you from purchasing a home. If you were doing hair in between the time of working, that's considered income. You can utilize that. All these side hustles that you're doing, as long as it was documented, it's considered income and you can utilize that to purchase a home.
Okay. That's good. That's fire. That's fire. That
I,
is amazing. Okay,
Dan,
wait,
if
Dan is
we can't hear you, Dan.
poor
That's
Dan.
because that's because more keep muting me, y'all. So I want to hear my voice,
He muted you
and
because
it's cool.
you just
I've
like
been muted before. Yeah. I've been muted before. It's all good. But I will say this. That's why when we had our accountant on, the accountant was saying to track everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
The accountant was saying to track everything, track your income, track your expenses, because I'm in the middle of a couple of real estate transactions. And of course, we don't want to pay taxes. And that's really why we have people have but at
Ooh.
some point you got to put on your dick, you got to move up. And because banks got to see that you got money to be able to service whatever the debt they're getting ready to create. And so what I don't want to do, and I know this is why you got to connect with Sunset Monet, connect on her Facebook and Instagram, because what I don't want y'all to do, I want y'all to go out here to Amore's Point and get credit. And now y'all Uchi it up. You couldn't even spell Gucci. And then you went and got credit, and now you got Gucci, you done got Louis, you don't even go to the knockoff man no more. And now you're trying to figure out how you gonna pay this stuff. You got to
Mhm.
listen, there has to be a level of fiscal responsibility, fiscal integrity, financial integrity, and discipline in order for you to be successful. I'm sorry, that's the old man coming out of me. Go ahead, Sunset Monet. Set us on
No,
fire one more time. Give us one
you
more.
right on the money. You right on the money. Credit is really, like I stated before, it's your character. It walks in the room before you do. So I tell people the same way in which I don't know you. When I don't know you, I'm observing you. I'm seeing how you move. If you owe Auntie Paul and this and that person, I don't want to be the next target. So you got to be mindful of what kind of character, what kind of person, what kind of representative do you want to perceive you when it comes to the banks and lenders, the same way in which you would want to walk into a room for people to receive you. So just be mindful of that. When it comes to credit, it's walking in the room, speaking for you before you do. So
Before
be
you
mindful of
exactly.
those things that you put on your credit report.
I love that. I love that. That was fire. Just like credit
Absolutely.
represents you. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But that's such a good point about, people get mad because they're like, "Oh, they won't give me no money. They won't give me no money." Well,
Yeah,
Why should they?
somebody gave you some
The
money
last,
and you fumbled
and it
it,
got
and
repoed.
they don't want to be next.
they don't want to be
Hey,
next, which makes sense. But man, this has been fire. And I'm telling you, if you join these free calls that she has, they are fire. Her and her business partner have dropped so many gems and they're so passionate about it and they care about it.
Yeah.
And I think if you listen to our show before where Sunset was on, the reason she's doing this is because someone stole from her. She trusted someone with her money and her family's money to be able to begin investing. And she entrusted them and they burnt her. And from that, she decided to learn on her own so that she could begin to help others. So that others, like, so that I won't get burned, so you won't get burned. So, like, she's a real deal. And she's a woman of integrity. She's a woman who's passionate and she wants to see people win. So, you
Thank
got to connect with
you.
her.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. I'm for the people. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you, and you know
You
what? She got a lot of energy. She can handle it. She got a lot of energy. I'm not drinking whatever energy do she got. She gonna have to save me a little shot of it because she can go, y'all. I'm telling you, I can't wait. We gotta do something. We gotta do. We gotta do because there are a lot of people that we need to help. There's people that need the help.
I agree. I
So thank you
agree.
so much for Thank you so much, Sunset Monet.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank
Woo!
you. Until
And
next
so we know
time.
till next time, girl. We'll see you. That was fire, as I knew it was gonna be. This whole week has been fire. When I say like, I have learned so much, and these are people who I'm already kind of connected with. So I learned so much just being with them throughout this week. If you are joining us for Boss Up and you don't leave this week differently and you don't take the steps, shame on you. It ain't because you don't have the information, because wow, from branding to our accountant to now Sunset, I'm just telling you, I learned stuff this week that I'm like, okay, let me put this into practice.
Yes, let's get this stuff put it to practice because it's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to do it. You don't
Yeah.
benefit from information until you apply it. If there's no application of information, then you'll never see the results thereof. And so we
Right.
definitely got to make certain that you're hearing it, but you're also executing on it. I think we got to do it again. We got to bring Sunset back. Sorry, Sunset. Um, I don't know where I am. Normally, I got great signal. I can work. I'm sitting here for hours at a time. But today, it's in trip mode. Wi-Fi need Jesus. So we're gonna get saved, and we're gonna do
Okay,
run this one back.
we're
This
gonna
one we
run
got
this
to run
again.
back. We got to run
Yeah.
this one back. This is important. We got to run this one back. Sunset said, "I'm definitely going to
I
be
definitely
back."
be back.
And
It's
this,
gonna be back.
and she is Sunset Monet on all social media platforms. You see her on Facebook and Instagram, but everywhere you go on social, you'll find her.
You'll
Sunset
find her.
Monet, where the sun is rising on your credit. Come on now.
All right. So who we hear from tomorrow, Dan? Who's gonna be hanging out with us?
So listen, she was just talking about banks. She was just talking about lending. She was just talking about money. Guess what, y'all? Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, you're gonna be talking to my man who I call the Apostle Paul. I call him the Apostle Paul, but he is my banker. He is one of my lenders, and this man gets deals done. He has
Yeah.
done a few deals for me, uh, deals that you would have thought the other folk couldn't get done. He got done, and I'm super excited about him with his bank that he represents. Is going down tomorrow, y'all. Listen, we letting y'all in on the inside of what's happening and why you get to see what you see with us on the outside. So get inside tomorrow, right here at 12 o'clock, y'all. This marathon wearing me out. 12
It's
o'clock
where
marathon in the middle of the day.
all
Man.
right,
But it's
tomorrow.
good though. It's
Dan,
good. It's
it's
good.
all good. Dan gonna be back with better Wi-Fi tomorrow. And we're
Better
gonna kick it
Wi-Fi.
off.
I'm just gonna
Better
stay
Wi-Fi.
at home. I'm staying in the office. Better
Stay
Wi-Fi.
in the
I'm being
office.
office.
All right, thanks for joining us. And as Dan would normally say, prosper.
Prosper.
And that
All
wraps
right,
up
be blessed,
another
y'all.
empowering episode of Boss Up. Join Dan D. Johnson and Shana Moore on the next episode of Boss Up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow Dan and Shana on all social media platforms for more insights and
You gonna leave that
inspiration
hanging?
to boss up your life. Until next time, remember to keep shining, keep grinding, and always boss up.